You are welcome, my beautiful fashionistas, to Yvonne Winifred Yuji. Previously, in the last video, I made this scrap fabric, and from this fabric, today, I am making a half apron. This is how it looks like. It has straps for tying at the back. It is simple, quick to make, easy to make. So just sit around, relax yourself, and we can start this video just right away. So this is the fabric that I've been talking about, but we won't be using the whole of it. This is how it looks like, and we will be using part of it. So for the measurement for this apron that we are making, I considered the entire waist measurement divided by 2. So my waist measurement is 34 inches. Dividing it by 2, I got 17 inches plus allowances for sewing at the sides. So I marked around 19 inches, but 18 is okay. And if you want to do more than half of your waist measurement, you can even consider that. So for the full length, I worked with 19 inches, but you can go higher or shorter. So guys, I mark out my desired piece just as you see, and then I cut it out. So this one will be used for some other projects. We can put it aside, and this is what we are going to use for the apron. So we need to label where our waistline is, and we need a lining for this piece. We need a patch pocket and straps for tying at the back. So now let's start cutting all that. So now I have to measure where I want to put my patch pocket. So I considered about 10.5 inches in width, and in length it was about 11.5, because the pocket mouth will be will need some more allowance. So I got another piece of fabric for the patch pocket and cut it out just as you see. So you can make it a little bit wider if you want to divide your patch pocket into about 2 or 3 pockets. So I'll fold the pocket mouth, double fold like that, and run a top stitch. And then for the sides and the bottom, it will just be folded once like that, and then attach it onto the main piece at the sewing machine. Like that. If you want, you can divide it into 2, but for me this was just enough. So guys, now I'm going to consider this beautiful fabric also as the lining. So I just align my main piece onto this one very properly, making sure there are no folds, and then cut it out accordingly. Remember, we already have allowance onto the first one. So this is how they both look like now. So I can now go ahead and cut out the straps for tying. So for the straps, you can just consider any length, but for the width, I want my straps to be 1.5 inches after all the sewing. So that means I need about 4 inches, so that when I fold it, it will be 2 inches on fold, and I will use the 1/2 inch for the sewing, so that my strap ends up being 1.5 inches in width. So for the length, I just considered half of the waist measurement plus a few inches and the sewing allowance. That is for each strap. Remember, we need 2 for tying on each side. So this is how it looks like, and now I'll be folding it like this, close up, all this upper opening like that along the length, and then divide it into two. Remember, we need 2 straps, one for each side, like that. And at the sewing machine, I sewed up the straps first. I closed one end of the strap and all along the length, and the other left opening end is the end that I'll be pushing into the seam allowance while sewing at the sewing machine later. So I did that for both 2 straps, and after I worked onto the patch pocket, I finished up the pocket mouth just as you see. Remember, I said we are double folding at the pocket mouth and then just single fold at the sides like that. So take your time, make sure you sew everything neatly. Don't forget to backstitch where necessary, and that is it. So now I just bring my main piece and then align my patch pocket very properly where it is supposed to sit, and then just top stitch all around this patch pocket so that it is tightly and neatly sewed down. And that is it, guys. Just simple as you see it. And from here I just bring my straps already, they are already onto the right sides, and then I make my lining and the main piece, right sides facing each other. Put the straps inside there where they're supposed to sit, and then close up the sides and the top part where the waistline is. Leave the hemline because that is where I'll be putting my apron onto the right side, flipping it onto the right side like this. And this is what we have. So it is simple, neat, nice. It can even actually be reversed because the lining part is also a beautiful fabric. So after closing the opening that we left, I ended up with such a beautiful apron. So you can add another strip or strap that goes around the neckline if you want to. And that is it about this apron. This is the other side. It is also beautiful. It is very beautiful. So from the scrap fabric, you can make many things. You can make cushion covers. You can make such a beautiful apron as you see me rocking it here. It is really, really nice and beautiful. Thank you so much for watching Yvonne Winifred UG. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you are notified whenever I upload a new video.